you are very focused in education work and reaching children of all ages with the message, and you give a lot of talks, and I wondered why you do that.
Well, there are two reasons. One reason is people ought to know about it, and my father was an optimist, and therefore I would like to think that by talking and telling people about how lives are fragmented and disturbed and ruined by cruelty, and that war and conflict never achieve anything, I would dearly love to get that message through, although in my heart of hearts history tells me we never get through, but one hopes. And the other thing was, I realized with Norman being so much older than me, the likelihood would be I would be left on my own, and I would need to fill my time. So I decided, when I stopped from my full-time work at just about 65, I joined a political party, I did all sorts of voluntary work, and I found it very rewarding. And much to my amazement, I found I enjoyed public speaking. So I find that quite useful. But as far as speaking to children, the fact that I'm Jewish is a sort of a coincidence. But what I want to make sure is that people realize all human beings are humans. All of us require the same thing. We need food, warmth, and love. I had the kindness of strangers. I was one of the luckiest people. I was safe from persecution, no indignity like many people suffered, or death even. And every person or family that I met has put themselves out for me. And possibly this is one of the answers why I want to do voluntary work, because it's giving something back. I'm not ashamed of being Jewish. I was born with that label. I'm stuck with that label. I consider myself a Jewish atheist. So I've got a label, but I don't believe. It doesn't mean to say I don't stick up for the culture or what has happened. There is a history there.
And can you explain why you don't share the Jewish beliefs?
Well, I'm a scientist, and as a scientist, I cannot go by stuff which hasn't got evidence. And to me, there is no evidence of God. You can call God what you like, nature or what you like. I know what human beings are, and I know how human beings live. If there is an all-fantastic God who does everything good, just look around you. And I certainly do not believe in being a fundamentalist, because you have to move with the times. And if people believe in the Bible or the Quran or any other wise book, we move on. But there is one thing I must say: I do believe in morality, and therefore the Mosaic laws, the 10 laws, I think are the basic of the morals by which all of us should live. So if you take that as being Jewish, right, I'm Jewish. But I don't have to do the visiting the synagogue and saying the prayers. Personally, I have never encountered any anti-Semitism at all. Possibly in my latter days, as a lecturer, occasionally somebody might make a statement which could be construed as anti-Semitism if you were prickly. Do you know what I mean? As far as I was concerned, I just didn't take any notice. I think there is a legacy of hope. There always has to be hope. Every person has survival instincts, and I think survival instincts and hope are intertwined. And certainly if I look back to my father, who was a tremendous optimist, and if you think of what he did, he knew to save and get people right, he had to save his kids. The kids are the next future, and the more of them can understand that you should treat other people like you want to be treated yourself, I think that links with survival and legacy of hope. I would love to see utopia, but I don't think it will ever come, certainly not in my lifetime.